Hey there, David here, the head coach in The Body Shapers, where we help women drop fat, tone up, and take control of your body. And I want to film a little video today on the topic of how to travel and maintain your weight or maintain your leanness while you're traveling. And the reason I want to do this is twofold. One, I just went traveling and it was really interesting being around some other fitness people, because I was around a lot of fellow personal trainers and health coaches, and interesting to see how they go about traveling versus the average person, what happens when they travel, which is typically not ideal for their body and their weight and things like that. And I just think it's a really big issue for a lot of just average women out there who want to travel, want to enjoy themselves, but just associate that naturally with gaining weight or getting out of shape. Because a lot of people have that that story they tell themselves, hey, I'm going to be going overseas, I'm going to be traveling, how could I possibly stay lean or stay in shape or not gain any weight when I travel? And the frustrating thing is you probably work really hard when you're here at home, you go in the gym, you're eating right, you're doing all the right things, or at least you're trying to, and then you go away and you can just sort of reverse all the hard work you've done, one step forward, two steps back, and it can be really frustrating, and it can just kind of put a hamper on the celebrations and things when you're traveling, because you just assume, well, I'm going to gain some weight, and when you get back, it's not going to be good. But I think what's really important, what I've learned from being around other fitness professionals, is that it doesn't have to be like that. You can travel, maintain your weight, maintain where you're at, and do everything in your power to make sure that happens, so that when you come back, hey, it's not a blowout, a couple of kilos heavier. I know my weight stayed pretty much the same. I know a couple other guys who barely gained any weight when they were away, who I was with. So I think it's a super important idea to just let people know that you can actually do this. But on that note, I'm going to show you 3 keys on how you can actually do that and really travel and stay where you're at. Key number 1 is to realize that just because you're away, nothing changes in terms of your body really. The overall equation is still the same, where if you overeat anywhere, you're going to gain weight. And if you don't overeat, you're not going to gain weight. Thermodynamics is still going to apply. And just because you're traveling, nothing changes. And I think it's important to understand that just because you're somewhere else, everything's still the same. And you have that power to control that. So understand that number 1, your body's still where it is when it's traveling, which means you can control which way it's going to go. Number 2 is to realize how much choice you have when you're away. So personally, I was in America, I was in Vegas for a bit, and everywhere we went, there was burgers, chips, hot dogs, there was tons of unhealthy food everywhere. And it would be really easy just to say, well, that's all that's out there. But me and my group of friends I was with actually just went about 5-10 minutes for a walk and found this really healthy, mainly vegetable focused place. It was vegan or something like that. And it just did the most amazing healthy food. And we were amazed that just by traveling 5-10 minutes, how we found something so good. And it's really important to remember, no matter where you're traveling, you always have a choice on how much you go in terms of looking for something healthy, and to understand that and not just settle and go, well, the place next door just does these big burgers, so I guess that's what I have to do, because it's not the case. So number 2 is realize you have a choice and then implement that. If you find something that is a lot healthier, a lot better for you, then stick to it. There's nothing wrong with going there a few times and really staying healthy for maybe 80% of your meals, something like that, which may sound crazy, but honestly, you're there for a lot of other things other than just the food probably. So number 2, you have that choice. And then number 3, I think is really the main thing, is to understand how you're going to prioritize your day. Because, if you're having a buffet breakfast and then, having a couple glasses of wine with dinner and then having dessert after all that, that's where issues are going to come. As we said, rule number 1, the laws of thermodynamics, calories in, calories out, still applies. So if you're having all those kind of things throughout a day, yeah, it's going to be hard to not gain weight, I'll be honest with you. But what you need to do is prioritize your day a bit better. So maybe you've got a bigger dinner coming up. So maybe you go a little bit lighter at breakfast, you stick to maybe protein and veg for lunch, or even skip a meal or 2 in there and just drink some extra water, and that gives you more freedom to have a bigger dinner. Or maybe you just like drinking a bit more. So when you're at dinner, you understand that you're going to pick the healthier dinner option, not have so much food, and give yourself room for another glass or 2 of wine, because that's more of the thing you want to choose. So it's really important to pick your poison. Maybe if you want to have that bigger meal, you get up in the morning and do a 20-minute body weight workout, something like that in the hotel room, or go for a run. If you prioritize your day and pick your poison like that, there's absolutely no reason you can't enjoy yourself on one end and still keep your weight where you want to be. So really think about that. What do you enjoy? When I was away, smaller breakfast, smaller during the day, bigger dinner. That's what I like to do. I think that makes sense, for most people physiologically. But then again, some people want to do different things. So it really just depends on what you like and what you want to do. But pick your poison and you can succeed while you're traveling. So there are your 3 keys you've got to focus on. If you nail that, you can go anywhere, keep your weight where it is, if not improve it. And that's not even talking about the exercise side of it, really, which you can do even more if you want to keep improving your fitness and improving where your body's at. But apply those and you're going to smash away traveling. So I hope that helps you guys. That's all for now, and I'll talk to you later.